With finals coming up, the spring sports season is winding down.
And it sure is going out with a bang. I'm Rivers Upchurch. She's Jordan Black. We're here to give the people what they want, and that is some hot tennis action.
But first, breaking news about the academics and athletics scandal that has haunted Carolina for nearly 5 years. UNC has received and released an updated notice of allegations from the NCAA after reporting new information in August. Luis Fernandez is live in studio to explain what this all means.
Hey there, Jordan. Yeah, that's right. The letter is from the NCAA Vice President of Enforcement, Jonathan Duncan. In it, the NCAA lists 5 allegations. Number 1, impermissible benefits provided to athletes by Jan Boxall. She was the former academic advisor, specifically for the women's basketball team. The letter includes 19 instances of Boxall providing too much help on papers, projects, and influencing grades. Number 2 is Deborah Crowder. She was an office manager in the FM department and didn't cooperate with the investigation. Number 3, Julius Nyangaro. He was the chair of that department that also failed to cooperate. Number 4, campus administrators as a whole, especially those in the arts and sciences, as well as athletic departments, administrators, they didn't sufficiently monitor the academic support program for student athletes, also called ASPSA. And number 5, kind of wraps everything up, saying that the university, this is the key words right here, lack of institutional control. There was leadership, failed to monitor the situation. And there were warnings from people within the university, but nothing was done. And it all translates to the lack of institutional control. And those are some words you don't want to hear. So when we go ahead and look at what's next, the Committee of Infractions stated that a hearing panel could judge each of the 5 allegations to be a severe breach of conduct, indicating a lack of institutional control. The only sports teams specifically mentioned, though, in the 13-page document, women's basketball. Jordan?
Luis, but what does this all mean? What kinds of punishments could UNC be facing?
Jordan, I really wish I could tell you that, but I genuinely don't know. This is an unprecedented situation. The academic fraud goes well beyond anything we've ever seen. Maybe a specific sport is punished. Maybe it's the entire institution. We'll have to wait and see.
All right, Luis, Carolina has 90 days to respond to the NOA, and we'll have to see where things go from here. Thanks, Luis.
Well, back to that white-hot tennis action. The Tar Heels took on the Miami Hurricanes for the ACC Tournament Championship at the Cary Tennis Park on Sunday after beating Wake Forest and UVA in the quarters and semis. It was a day full of exciting and close matches for the Heels, and the doubles pair of Haley Carter and Whitney Kay started the day with a bang, securing the very important doubles point. And speaking of Haley Carter, she was all over the court during her final singles match. Literally, look at her sliding to win every shot, winning the point, and it looks like she was just a little bit excited to win that match. With the Heels up 3-2 but trailing on court 6, it all came down to Kate Viall, who won her final match on court 4 and sealed the victory for the Tar Heels. As celebrations began, no one was happier than the seniors, who finally won the ACC championship that had eluded them during their 4 years at Carolina.
We've come closer to winning a national championship than winning ACCs, and it's just has always been our goal to carry that big old trophy.
Obviously being able to clinch ACCs, especially for me my senior year when we've never even been in the finals, and being able to do it for the first time in my 4 years here and my senior year is second to none.
It's going to be a moment I remember for the rest of my life. We've been talking about it since I came into school, so it's great to finally, achieve it.
I think this means a lot to all of us, especially seniors, last chance.
That is the 7th conference title in program history and the first since 2011. The Tar Heels have a couple of weeks to rest up before the NCAA regionals on May 13th.
And on Saturday, the men's tennis team took on the Wahoos of the University of Virginia for a spot in the finals of the conference tournament. The Heels started fast in doubles. Brett Clark and Robert Kelly made quick work on court 1 using some nifty volleys to upset their number 2 ranked Cavalier opponents. Braden Schnur pounded backhands past the Hoos all afternoon, and the team looked ready to book its ticket to the ACC championship. However, an untimely Rain delay threw a wrench in those plans, and UNC lost every one of the remaining matches after going up 3-0, losing to Virginia in heartbreaking fashion 4-3.
The men's lacrosse team celebrated Senior Day on Saturday as the Heels took on #1 Notre Dame at Kenan Stadium. Carolina versus the #1 ranked Irish gave Tar Heel fans a game for the ages. The first half saw UNC and Notre Dame trading goals and possessions, and after one half, the score was tied at 8, and the third quarter saw a revitalized Irish offense go on a 6-1 run, starting with this nice shot from Sergio Perkovic. Notre Dame leads 14-9 after 3, but Carolina's Luke Goldstock says don't call it a comeback. The last 10 minutes saw a 7-0 Tar Heel run to clinch the fairy tale ending for the Heels and send a crowd of fans home happy. Final score, Heels 17, Irish 15. We now welcome in, joining us live in studio, Stephen Kelly, who scored the go-ahead goal to upset the #1 Irish. Stephen, what's it like to be the campus hero?
I don't know if I'm necessarily the hero. It was definitely a team effort to get that 7-goal swing in a row against a very good team, but it was a great win for us, and especially for the seniors on Senior Day and Alumni Day as well.
Now take us through, you were down 5 in the fourth quarter. How did you rally to come back?
Yeah, we just wanted to take it one goal at a time. Couldn't look at what was going on, and our team was just really able to manage the clock. We're able to get possessions, and we're able to rattle off 7 in a row. It's probably the craziest game I've ever been a part of, but definitely very special.
So upsetting the #1 team in the country means you guys can beat anybody on your day. What does that mean for your team going forward?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot. That one of our goals was the ACC regular season championship. We accomplished that. Now we got the ACC tournament, which is another goal to win, and that's just a huge confidence boost, beating a team like Notre Dame, going into the ACC tournament and hopefully into the NCAA tournament as well.
Now take us into the locker room. What was the celebration like?
Oh, it was crazy. Just walking in, see all the alumni cheering for us, patting our backs, and then once we got in there, the guys were going nuts, coaches were going nuts, and it was definitely a fun day and fun night to celebrate with everyone there.
Awesome. Stephen Kelly, thank you so much for joining us. Good
Thank
luck
you.
with the rest of the season.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Thanks for having us. Now, the men's team was not the only team to celebrate Senior Day this weekend.
That's right. The women looked to demoralize those dastardly Devils from Duke on Saturday. The stands were packed and tensions were high for Tar Heel lacrosse fans that day. Senior captain Kelly Devlin brought the heat against the Blue Devils and helped Carolina get out to an early lead. Now, Duke was solid on offense and was able to net 8 goals on the day, but after falling victim to a 7-0 run from Carolina in the first half, Duke was unable to rally. Carolina went on to win its 10th straight game, beating the Devils 16-8 and winning the regular season ACC championship.
Now, in men's basketball news, Kennedy Meeks and Justin Jackson have both declared for the NBA draft, but neither has signed an agent, meaning both have the option of withdrawing from the draft by the June 13th deadline. Inside Carolina reports that sophomore guard Joel Berry and junior forward Isaiah Hicks will return to Chapel Hill. While the NBA future of those players is uncertain, there are some former Tar Heels who are representing UNC in the league. And let's take a look at Raymond Felton and the Dallas Mavericks, who trailed the Oklahoma City Thunder 3-1, but Felton had a big night on Monday, scoring 21 points and grabbing 11 boards in the Mavs win. Next, the Charlotte Hornets trailed the Miami Heat 2-1, but Marvin Williams had this huge monster jam, and of course, Michael Jordan loves it. He knows a thing or two about nice dunks. Williams showing off the range here on his way to 12 points and 14 boards. And finally, Harrison Barnes and the Golden State Warriors looking to repeat as champs. They currently lead the Rockets 3-1. Barnes might need to take on more of the scoring load after the injury to reigning MVP Stephen Curry.
You hate to see that. But to football we go. Head coach Larry Fedora says Mitch Trubisky will be his starting quarterback for the season opener against Georgia. Now, this doesn't come as much of a surprise as Trubisky has established himself as the guy. Fedora wanted the junior to come into spring competing for the starting spot and now believes Trubisky is ready to be QB1. After completing more than 85% of his passes last season in a backup role, it will be interesting for sure to see how Trubisky will adjust to leading the team in his first stint as starter. The NFL draft will start on Thursday, and NFL.com projects that Landon Turner will hear his name called on day 3. The consensus range for the big offensive guard seems to be anywhere from the 4th to the 6th round. Teams are hoping he can prove to be more agile than he showed in college, and if he does, experts say Turner has potential to be an NFL starter.